that live here at the stadium. And you guys are going to meet kind of our junior varsity team. We have 4 Dolphins. Their names are Oscar, Potter, Ansley, and Gilly. They're going to come out and they're learning lots and lots of new things. They're not quite ready to be in shows yet. We have another group of Dolphins that you will see when the show begins. We have 13 Dolphins that will be participating there. So right in front of me right here with Lauren is Oscar. In front of Haley here is Potter. In front of April here is Ansley. And actually Ansley's dad is right over here with Ben, and his name is Gilly. So all these Dolphins here range in age. Our youngest Dolphin here at the stadium is 11. Our oldest Dolphin here at the stadium is 36. So these guys are learning, like I said, a lot of new behaviors. We provide a variety of sessions throughout the day. These guys are learning husbandry behaviors, and those husbandry behaviors are basically behaviors that help us take care of them. Our goal is to always have a very positive and very low stress interactions with our animals. And especially, sometimes going to the doctor can be a little scary, right? Well, our doctors come poolside, obviously. And so when our doctors show up, we want to make sure that the Dolphins are comfortable and willing to participate and help us get maybe the samples that we need. So throughout the week here, our Dolphins actually get weighed on a scale. If you look over here in the side pole, you can see a big white platform. That is a Dolphin size scale. And believe it or not, just like you and I, it is recommended that we get a certain amount of calories per day, right? Well, same with these guys here. They get a certain amount of calories that is adjusted by our vets based on their size. We want to make sure that they get the right amount of calories. So just like we would look maybe at the back of the package and it would say that, this portion size has this many calories. Well, these guys eat herring and capelin every day. Believe it or not, we actually send out that herring and capelin to find out the caloric value or how many calories are actually in that fish. Again, we want to make sure our Dolphins are getting a certain calorie per day to maintain those healthy weights. So sometimes the amount of food they'll get will fluctuate based on that caloric value. So our smallest Dolphin right now is actually getting around 16 pounds of food. Our largest Dolphin is getting about 29 pounds of food per day. So one of the things they're actually working on here, as I was talking about that scale that we have in our side pool over here, is getting them comfortable sliding up and being kind of on their belly and dry on our stage here, letting all that water come off of them. It is new to these two here, so it's a great learning opportunity, but it does focus on, again, those husbandry behaviors that we want to maintain so we can constantly get their weight to make sure they're maintaining that healthy weight. So what we're doing is as trainers, we focus on successful approximation. And that means that what we're doing is we want to keep it positive. So you can see April here asking Ansley to slide up. He's not quite ready to slide all the way up yet. So what she's doing is she's making that distance that she's asking to slide up shorter, so that way it remains positive and fun. And he was doing very, very well. So I think she's done asking him for now. She's maybe moving on to what we call a relationship session with him right now, and just kind of rubbing him down. And that's one of the things that he seems to enjoy. So over here with Haley and Lauren is Oscar and Potter. They're going to give you a big wave hello. So these guys are going to show you kind of what we do for a voluntary blood sample. So they're going to ask them to roll vitrol or present their bellies. They're actually just going to walk their hands all the way down their body to their tail fluke. So these guys, we are able to get blood from them from a vein that actually runs along the outside of these tail flukes here. And so the vets will come down and give it as needed. Just like you and I would go to the doctor and get a physical every year, these guys, actually the vets will come down and these guys also get physicals every year to make sure, again, that they're staying healthy. We do train them again to help basically check out their entire body. So we're able to look in their mouths. We can have them, they're actually to keep their eyes open for us, and we can check around their eyes. We will have an eye doctor come out every now and then. But basically, any sample you can think of, we do train them for. We're able actually to get stomach samples as well. You and I, we have a gag reflex when certain things go down the wrong way. Dolphins actually do not. And by knowing that, we're actually able to use a tube, and we can bring that tube into their mouth, down their esophagus, and all the way into their belly to get a stomach sample if needed. Cotter says yes. All right, so let's now, one of the other things we like to do is part of their day is a learning session. So Anthony and Gilly here are actually kind of new to our stadium, or newer to our stadium, and they're learning positions throughout the pool. So we have Jackie out there using what we call a target pole. It looks like a long Q-tip. It's basically telling the Dolphins exactly where we would like for them to bow or jump. That target pole is actually used as an extension of our hands. You know, our hands can only reach so far out into the pool. We want to make sure that we're asking them to do behavior that will give them enough space to do that safely. And it looks like you're doing very well. Part of their approximations and learning those bows is to what we call fade. So we're fading the prompt, which is that target pole. So first she tapped, then she didn't tap, so she became a visual. They're a little out of position, but she's going to go ahead and give them the second position. That's okay. They're showing us they're not quite certain exactly where that first position might be. So what we'll do again is we'll take one step backwards. We're going to have Jackie be over there again with the target pole, possibly as just a visual. Oh, it looks like she is going to tap for this one to say do it right here. Perfect. Now you heard April use her whistle. This whistle is actually called, we call it a bridge. So what it tells the Dolphins is, great job. You've done exactly what we were looking for. And it bridges the correct bow or behavior that we asked them to do to the point that they come back and get something that they really like. That could be fish, a playtime, a rub down, ice, jello, any sort of those things. So this whistle is the first thing that tells them good job since we don't speak the same language. All right, so we're going to try that again. We're going to give them a little more help again because they kind of bowed separately. They're getting better. They're still guessing on that one. It's okay. So these guys, we're continuously teaching them and learning, and just on some things for us, it will take a little bit longer to learn. For the Dolphins as well, sometimes it takes a little bit more time, sometimes a lot less. So these guys are going to be learning what is called a fluke fling. So this is your warning for those of you that are seated below the brown and white poles. This is your splash warning. You may get wet. So the fluke fling is they've already learned to go to the glass, and so right now we're focusing again on a position in the pool to do that behavior. So what they're going to do is they're going to be asked with the signal to go and do that behavior, and then we're going to head out to a certain part of the pool. They're going to go upside down basically, and they're going to splash you guys. Alright, so what they're going to do is we have certain signals to say what part of the pool. So this one was center, so center. They're a little off center, but that's okay. It looks like they found the guess that they wanted to get wet. Congratulations. They did a very good job, so you heard Haley blow her whistle to tell them that they did a good job. Alright, so now we're going to try to do Oscar by himself, and then maybe we're going to try Cotter by himself. So now Oscar was sent again center to do the fluke fling. He did much better of the center of the pool. Perfect. Very, very good. And he was flashing so much he didn't quite hear the whistle. So he kept going. That's okay. And so now it's going to be Cotter's turn. Cotter's going to try that as well. There he goes. All the way. He's a little for these guys, but they, believe it or not, do have excellent hearing and eyesight. Do you guys know where a dolphin's ear is located? It is a tiny little hole that's right behind their eye. It's like the size of the tip of a pencil. And so these guys, again, have excellent hearing in and out of the water. All right, well, it looks like these guys are going to do maybe a relationship session and hang out. So again, we like to spend lots of time learning our animals, and by doing that, that's just hanging out. So throughout the day in the park, you might see some trainers out there with birds. Believe it or not, just hanging out with a bird is a great way to build a relationship. So with these guys, we do have to do it poolside, obviously. But we have lots of ways that we can build that relationship with them. So we might get maybe in the shallows over there, or go to the glass and just play at the glass. We have lots of ways of trying to enrich their lives, and just as enriching their lives is, it enriches our lives too, to know that we're providing the best care and fun environment and ways for them to play. All the dolphins you'll see actually in our shows today, or here in the park, have actually been born within our SeaWorld parks. And so we have a lot of pride in that. If you guys have not been to the dolphin nursery, we actually have a 9-month-old baby dolphin over there, and he's doing very, very well. So please make sure you swing by the dolphin nursery at the front of the park. All right, Oscar here is showing off his backpack wave. These guys, again, they do know a lot of behaviors, but they're not quite ready to be doing them in shows quite yet. So these inside looks are a great opportunity not only for you guys to see our training session, but it is so beneficial for these dolphins to have the opportunity to come out here and maybe show off what they are learning or what they already know. So, like I said before, Gilly is actually Ansley's dad, and they are definitely a dynamic duo. They love to be together and to do things together all the time. So they are learning right now this backpack wave. They're doing very, very well, actually. All right, maybe Gilly not so much right now. It's okay, we're going to try that again. Again, that's kind of a newer behavior for them, is to learn that backpack wave. Oh, so close, Gilly. So close. But again, they love to do everything together. Alright, so we're going to see, as part of here, we'll do what's called a high jump for you guys. So if you guys want to focus your attention towards the center of the pool, there's the signal. Haley's throwing an ice cube to kind of give him that place of where to do it. Beautiful. Alright, well, it is time for us to say goodbye for our inside look. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us. This is Potter, Oscar,